Yes.
Yeah.
It's like it's interesting because you leave different things. I hate when someone goes and watches a Bohemian Rhapsody, which is, I don't know if you've seen it, right?
Of course.
Fantastic cinematography movie, right? But one thing I hate when, you're reading the comments, you're reading like reviews or whatever, everyone's hating on it because it wasn't exact, right? There's a couple things in there that didn't exactly happen with the real band. But people forget that it's a movie. It's there to set a scene. There's a narrative. There's a scripting process. As I would with documentary, but it's meant to provoke feeling. It's meant to entertain you, rather than it's not a documentary. That's what documentaries are for. So you get to get in there and actually get factual, true information. Get to tell a really longer, in-depth story. Rather, there is still a story. There's still a scripting process of a sense, but it's a lot more facts. It's a lot more like you're viewing a real experience. So if you want to go there and because you can't obviously go around and shoot a documentary with amazing cinematography, lighting, a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like going in there and like setting in a whole scene and standing everything up. Like it's so different rather than going in there and showing real people in a real environment. You can't bring a whole tribe to LA to set up them all on a set, and to, know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a different viewing experience.
And the thing about that, like you say you couldn't bring the tribe out to LA. The thing is that with documentary filmmaking, you would never want to do that because you want to get them in their environment. And that's what makes it so great. And with Bohemian Rhapsody, I completely understand what you're saying. And I did see people commenting and saying that, but it is a movie. A documentary, Freddie Mercury's dead. So you can't make a documentary with him. If you made that movie with Freddie Mercury and all the members of the band, and you were doing that and you used inaccurate information, then I could understand people being upset. But it's a movie using actors. So there has to be the entertainment factor. It's not 100% factual. That's something that you and I and filmmakers and people that understand the industry, I think, get when they watch a movie that some people that watch it for entertainment might not understand. Like, sometimes we'll watch a movie and I'll be like, okay, that's just total acting. Like and that's what makes a great movie to me. When I go through an entire movie and I think back and I go, I did not notice one time that someone was acting. That's a good movie.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I can tell, like, sometimes where I'm just like, man, that's bad acting. Like the movie's still okay, but that scene was just not good or something like that. If I can make a movie not thinking that, then it's good. And so people are, and in this industry, in any industry you're in, people are always going to complain. Like you can never please everybody. That's a hard part too. But I thought that movie was fantastic. So
I did too, and that's
a bunch.
Yeah, that's just one of the biggest things I think people don't differentiate is like when you go in and make a documentary, you want to be as true as you can. You want to shoot things like that. If you make a documentary about Freddie Mercury, you're going to use old pictures, old footage, old whatever you can use, but it's not going to be. In fact, if someone made a documentary, which they might be out there, about Queen, I guarantee it would not hit the numbers that Bohemian Rhapsody did.
No,
with that high budget of a set and that entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right. It wouldn't. And I'm sure that there are documentaries about Queen out there. I mean, just the AIDS aspect alone, I guarantee that there's documentaries about it because he was like he was the first famous person documented with AIDS, and he was right before. I know Magic Johnson, the Lakers point guard that had AIDS. He was right before that point where Magic Johnson's lived a healthy life his whole life after that. Freddie Mercury died like right before that point happened where they figured out how to get someone medication and allow them to live. So there's definitely documentaries out there about him, but the movie was fantastic. The acting was great. A movie that I went through the whole time never thinking anything about the acting or anything. I was just stunned. And Queen's amazing too. So just listen to that music.
Yeah,
so it was great. Also, I watched the Beatles movie yesterday. I don't know if you've seen it.
What's it called?
It's called Yesterday, and it's about the Beatles. So I watched that last night too, and it's just like any movie I get to watch where it's Beatles or Queen music throughout the whole thing is just so awesome.
So, yeah, I love that. That whole plot to Yesterday about someone forgetting to see like the world. They're like, like the Beatles. They're like, who?
And it was so random too. It was like they forgot the Beatles, they forgot Coca-Cola, they forgot Harry Potter, but like the Rolling Stones were still a thing, and like Pepsi was a thing. So it was so random.
It's true
But
though.
yeah,
There's probably little things and little marketing campaigns that pretty launch. I'm not saying Coke wouldn't be Coke, but there are probably little things like that, the little campaigns that if they didn't work with a certain person, like I don't know, you watched Casey Neistat, right?
yeah,
So like Boosted boards, like Boosted blew up those electronic longboards because of Casey Neistat. If there
yeah,
was no Casey Neistat, imagine the difference and who would be the top electronic longboarder or whatever it may be.
yeah.
So it's like interesting to see that butterfly effect kind of like happen.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool.